So, Pokemon Direct. Now, typically I don't really talk about stuff like this on a politics channel, but you know what? Fuck you. I don't give a shit. I'm talking about this on my channel because fuck you, suck my dick or something. Whatever. But yes, don't really. I'm a political channel for those who may be coming in who don't typically digest politics. Yada yada. I also play Pokemon. I like Pokemon. I have thousands of hours in the game. Blah 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 blah. Yada 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 yada. I just mostly wanted to talk about like my sort of in takeaways from the Pokemon Direct. So what? There was a Pokemon Direct 24-minute video, and honestly, I guess for myself mostly, I like playing competitive Pokemon. That's like my kind of shtick, min maxing, yada yada yada, shit like that. You know the meme, right? So the only things that I really care about, or did care about in terms of the direct, were our boys here, uh, stupid ass fish, tanky ass man, stupid ass cat, and unfortunately useless snail because its typing is really really bad. Getting their shinies. I really like Chi-Yu shiny. It's a very very good shiny. So that's cool that they announced their shinies during the Pokemon Direct. Very very cool. That's like my first takeaway. I'm not talking about any of the mobile slop. Although Pokemon Friends looks like it's alright. Like if I have like nothing better to do, I don't know, just do silly little puzzle games. Sure, why not? Okay, cool. And what? It's mostly this. I'm looking forward to this because, well, mostly because I get another copy of each one of these, so seems good to me. In Pokemon Champions, I have a lot of interest in right here, and do we finally have a sort of sandbox mode Pokemon game where it's only about competitive battling, which is really really cool, very fantastic. I already see someone making the fucking limitation argument. This quite literally, like, I made okay. Here's why this is really good. Generally speaking, it's not. This isn't about limitation. First off, like, why the fuck are you saying limitation is not lame? Limitation is fun. Why? Fuck that. If the limitation is just extremely extremely tedious to acquire, then that's not fun. Making a competitive team, albeit I'll give the Game Freak credit for this, in Gen 9 is easier than ever. Really, the only limiting factor in terms of being able to make a competitive team is just how much money you can get, to be honest. Because that's like probably the biggest thing. Also, you have to like go out and like collect material for like TRs. That's not too annoying, but still, in order to be able to get certain specific like legendary Pokemon, that's still a huge pain in the ass. Still really really big problems in terms of that. Well, a certain aspect of the game, right? So stuff like this, and this is why Showdown is as popular as it is. Why a sandbox mode is as good of an idea as it is, and ROM hacks have been doing this. Look at your Radical Reds, look at your Emerald Imperiums, in terms of being able to just have whatever stats you want, quite literally. Now, with Pokemon Champions, we don't know exactly how long it might take in order to, well, get victory points. You have to battle in order to get victory points, yada yada yada. Bloody bloody bloody. Who knows? We can like quibble about that for like forever. We're only going to know that until the game comes out, which I believe is in 2026. My overall position here is that this is a good thing. Period. End of story. And with the system here, I think you're able to like, and I saw a PokeMD video about this. You're able to like squeeze out extra stats. I think normally the Gardevoir at this level, I think this is a level 50 Gardevoir, would not have 137 defense. It has 136 defense. So squeezing out an extra point there can always matter. Pokemon is a game of inches. It's a game of inches, of course. And this is just good. Period. End of story. This is just a good system because it finally allows you to be able to, well, like I'm saying here, be able to make the changes that you want. If you want your Pokemon to be able to accomplish a specific goal, you should be able to just edit it for it to be able to accomplish that particular goal. Having to go through the annoying tedium of having to grind out a bunch of money, of having to buy all the necessary items, of having to reset constantly for the particular IV spread that you need for certain locked encounters, like Ursaluna Blood Moon, looking at you, because you have to have, like, two, like, bad in IVs, what would be attack and speed, because you typically would want in, like, Trick Room for, like, VGC, for example, and you only get one opportunity for one Ursaluna Blood Moon. So you have to do constant resets in order to be able to do that, and it's a bit of a pain in the ass to get it. It's just like, this is just shit. Like, God, it's just absolute fucking tedium. This makes it such that you being able to edit the stats that you want, however you want, just makes it way fucking easier. Now, of course, they said that there's no microtransactions in this, which I think is fine, lovely, fantastic. I don't know if the game is free, because you can also play Pokemon Champions on mobile. I'm assuming it'll probably be free and available. I don't see reason why it wouldn't. I don't know. Like, who knows what the hell they're going to do, how they're going to monetize this. Maybe they won't monetize this. I doubt it, but no microtransactions from what I understand as well, so, They're probably going to have you buy the fucking game if I were to make a bet. But, that's complete fucking speculation. If it's like a mobile game as well, it's probably not going to be very expensive, like $5 maybe or some shit. Whatever. Speculation aside about like how they're monetizing this fucking game. This is a great development. This is a positive development because it finally gives you agency. That's what it's all about. Agency for you to be able to make the stats, the spreads that you want in a relatively comfortable, convenient, quick manner. Now, are they going to implement this sort of system in Gen 10? Maybe. Because this sets a precedent. More and more Pokemon is starting to acknowledge the sort of competitive scene. They didn't really care about it all that much. They sort of made VGC, I think, as like a compromise. Brought it into like a sort of existence kind of a deal. And broadly speaking, I think through the work of Wolf Glick, specifically, blowing up the fucking format, blowing up competitive Pokemon, getting more and more people into it, Game Freak has started to notice and is willing to start to cater that more and more and more. Like, in terms of, like, stream numbers specifically, and I think Pokemon Go also has helped a little bit with this as well, but it was more, I would probably mostly contribute it to Wolf Glick. I think Wolf Glick is the main guy here in particular. Being able to lower barriers of entry as much as possible is going to be very, very, very good. So saying this like limitation is fun kind of an argument when trying to restrict barriers of entry, which not only is beneficial because it allows the sort of community to keep going, keep growing, and tells the company that they should keep supporting it because they have monetary gain to be able to gain from this. It's just positive all around, quite literally. Exactly. Like, why gatekeep? It doesn't make any sense. So, this is great, fantastic. It's a very positive development, especially because you can probably do this with legendary Pokemon, right? Like, you can go in, buy the Pokemon you want. I don't know how they're going to do it with legendaries or mythicals or something. Maybe they'll do it through... I don't know if they're going to do it through events. There's probably going to be restrictions, if I were to take a guess. Probably you can only have one copy. And they might have like some particular event cycle, something saying like, oh, you can buy this now if you do this thing, you get it, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Maybe like make a battle pass out of it or some shit. Whatever. Like, speculate till the cows come home, right? So, I like Pokemon Champions. Pokemon Champions is an opportunity and sort of, I'm trying to think of what the best term would be here. Like, elevating? I think, like, allowing more people to be able to come in, enjoy competitive Pokemon, see a new side of the game that's not all about this the kid-friendly sort of shit, like, whatever. And, I mean, we know why Game Freak is doing this. Like, the primary target demographic that they're aiming to appeal to with this specifically is young adults. And I think because of how people have grown up with Pokemon, most of them are young adults. And they're going to be more interested in the more compelling complexities of the fucking game, right? And that's with battling. Pokemon battles, especially on a competitive level, very, very technical, highly complex. Pretty random, of course, because it's Pokemon. A lot of random shit can just happen. But in terms of like the complexity and the technicality that exists in the game, that is highly, highly appealing to, well, people like myself, for example. Good development. The only question is, and this is the only other question that I have of Pokemon Champions, is rule set and format. There's a reason why Pokemon Showdown is as popular as it is. They have tons of rule sets, tons of things you can do, and they've been constantly adding to it. They've been doing a very good job for I think 10, 15 years it's been in existence. You know, shout out Pokemon Showdown. Very, very good. It is a positive, it would be a positive development if specifically, because if Game Freak were to sort of take the exact same format, my guess is probably not, but if they allow player agency and choice in order to be able to make those changes for themselves, that would also be very, very good in that particular respect. So that's my whole sort of shtick on Pokemon Champions. The other thing I'm looking forward to in Pokemon from the Pokemon Direct. And finally, yeah, we got the big man. The big man itself, Mega fucking Dragonite. So the leaks are pretty much very close to fucking confirmed then, right? So we got our boy. I know, okay, we're going to get this out of the way. People are complaining about the design. Why? Like, oh, why does badass Dragonite look so goofy? Bro, have you seen the anime? Have you seen how Dragonite has, broadly speaking, been interpreted? Okay, take your fucking nostalgic goggles off for the first Pokemon movie out of your fucking head top for 5 seconds and uncuck your fucking brains for 3 minutes, alright? Dragonite has always been a goofy, goofy ass fucking dragon type Pokemon, okay? You look at every fucking dragon type that has come out, pseudo legendary dragons, what do you think? They are incredibly rugged, badass, very powerful looking. And then we have Dragonite with his goofy looking ass. Bro always has a big ass fucking dumbass smile on his face in every fucking goddamn artwork you see of Dragonite. Dragonite just looks like it's having the fucking time of its life. And you people are complaining about its goofy fucking design. It's already goofy looking. It's highly cartoonized. Cartoonized. Yeah, that's probably a term. Whatever. And you people are mad that it has fucking big ass wings on its head top and it looks like fucking Dragonair more and more. Okay, cope in fucking seethe, okay? I don't give a fuck about that argument. All I really give a shit about is the stats and the ability. Now, I made a video about this. I'll probably stick in the description.
Cope and Seethe Jack.
Yeah, Cope and Seethe Jack. Thank you, Sam. Very cool. I'll probably stick in the description where I just speculate on the Pokemon itself. You know, the leaks happen, blah, 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 blah. Given the sort of description, because we got the fucking descriptions of them, the description was pretty fucking accurate from the sort of Pokedex entry thing that from the giant Terra leak that happened a couple months ago. This description is very close, which is lending a lot of credence now to the giant Terra leak. So this is what it looks like, right? Which is very similar in sort of in terms of the description with the big ass wings on its head, wings everywhere, and having a blue orb on its tail, right? Pretty much hit it out of the park, right? Otherwise, no, most of the body is the same. So I speculate on Mega Dragonite. What I want to see out of Mega Dragonite, specifically, so they say that it gets, in the description of the website, it gets a significant fucking speed boost. They've said that before with Vikavolt, and Vikavolt has 43 base speed, so take that with a grain of salt. But Dragonite's fucking stat spread is already insane. This thing is already a menace to society with Terra Normal Extreme Speed, and they're definitely giving this thing Aerialate. If they give it anything else besides Aerialate, they're low key fucking trolling. And you're telling me that it's probably gonna get faster? I'm telling you, this thing is going to be Mega Salamence. That's the immediate analog that I think of, right? They're probably going to increase its attack by a little bit. They're probably going to increase the speed by a little bit. So I think probably 20 points here, maybe 30 points here, maybe. And the rest is going to go into the defenses. This thing is already stupidly bulky, right? very like 91, 95, 100 is very good bulk on direct on well on a Pokemon like this, like Dragonite. That's as ridiculously strong as it is, and it's gonna get stronger, like guaranteed. And it's more than likely gonna get Aerialite because I mean, fucking look at this thing. Look at this thing. You're telling me that this motherfucker ain't gonna get Aerialite? It's gonna get Aerialite. If it gets anything else besides Aerialite, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. If it gets something like, I don't know, in the description on the website itself, it said it's very, very friendly, and it becomes even more friendly and wants to like hug you to death during when it's Mega Evolved. So, could it get like Friend Guard or something? Please don't give it Friend Guard for the love of all that is good and holy. Please not Friend Guard. Please give it Aerialite. I want Aerialite Extreme Speed because it's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be a stupid, degenerate fucking set, and it's gonna get instantaneously banned. So Aerialite, Alex, basically is a ability that stipulates it turns all normal moves into flying moves. Dragonite is a dragon flying type. It retains its typing. And also give it a 20% boost. It used to be a 30% boost in the past, but it got nerfed because it was too good. Way too good. Extreme Speed is a normal move with 80 base power and +2 priority. More than likely, you're going to hit first. And it's coming off of at least base, I would say, 150 attack. Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. Like, it's going to be... This thing will get fucking banned. Guaranteed. This thing's going to be stupid if it gets Aerialite. I think, like, even in, like, all the sort of hack... the hack sort of formats, like... They give... either Landorus or they give Dragonite Aerialite every single time. Because the thing with flying moves in Pokemon is they do not have very good distribution, and very often, because flying is a very good typing offensively. Like, it's just a good stab to have in terms of coverage for a lot of different Pokemon. Generally speaking, it does not have very good distribution, and they don't have like a lot of really good moves. Like Brave Bird causes recoil, Hurricane misses all the fucking time because 70 base accuracy. Acrobatics has a particular stipulation you have to follow for it to be a good move. Can't hold an item. And then everything else is just way too weak. Like Air Slash is good on very specific Pokemon, like Togekiss or say Shaman Sky because of Serene Grace. Yada yada yada. Otherwise, they're just too weak of moves. That's the like main problem, generally speaking, with flying moves, because Game Freak understands that it is a good sort of offensive or coverage type for Pokemon to have to be able to hit certain things. Aerialite Extreme Speed, 100% accurate, +2 priority, 80 base power. That's going to go up to 96 because of Aerialite. That's a wrap. It's too strong. It's gonna be really, really good. So yeah, very, very cool and good that we're starting to see this. We're gonna have to wait and see, of course. Otherwise, I like what stats Dragonite specifically has. We're not going to know any of their abilities because in Pokemon Legends ZA, there are no abilities. That doesn't exist. And the battle style of it is basically, I would say, like Final Fantasy-esque. Very Final Fantasy-esque, like in the like 3D sort of like Final Fantasy games where all of your moves have cooldowns. They deal certain amounts of damage, and you can run around and dodge enemy attacks. So I would say like Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 15 kind of a deal, right? RPGs like that is the sort of motif and battle system that they're going with. At least from the earlier trailers, we can sort of base it off of that. All I'm hoping for is when the home update happens, more than likely for Pokemon Champions, because you can transfer these Pokemon over from ZA to Champions through Pokemon Home. We're probably going to get that information when that update drops. And because we're going to know the stats, we're going to know the stat totals, you can calculate all that stuff with, you know, if you know your baseline like level 100 sort of stat lines, yada yada yada. We can know that shit already by looking through the summary, yada yada yada, shit like that. We're going to know that stuff. We're going to know the stats. We're just not going to know the abilities until probably around next year. Or if it's already within a particular sort of data and it gets leaked, more than likely. So, that's my sort of like takeaways from the Pokemon Direct, the things that I am the most interested in. Champions looks great. We're getting our uncatchable shinies, so do your Terra raids and stuff like that. I think these are just level 5 raids, so pretty easy to solo. Won't take very long. And these go on throughout about 2 weeks. You need to complete 100 of them, and then they become a mystery gift code that you can get. Pretty simple, pretty simple, pretty simple. And also, Mega Dragonite is looking kind of fresh with it. I like it. It's goofy. Better, honestly, it's better than the previous design philosophy that they had with Megas, and that is just, I don't know, just add a bunch of spikes to it, and that's probably like good enough kind of a deal, because that's kind of been the sort of previous design philosophy that they had with Megas. So having something that looks way more fucking goofy, I think, is a welcome change in terms of like design philosophy. And again, we still have like 25 others to see. We have to wait and see what happens when the World Championship drops. I think the 2 trainers that were introduced, Yida and Naveen, one had a Staryu, and in the leaks there was Mega Starmie, and one had a Scraggy, and in the leaks there was Mega Scrafty. So more than likely, those are going to be their Megas that are going to get probably displayed in the late game. Because, I mean, we've already seen the characters have Mega Rings on them. They're going to have Megas. It's just merely a matter of, well, when and not if. I think that's broadly speaking all I really have in terms of takeaways. The Pokemon Direct. I'm not like playing the actual video because it's whatever. Most of the video is just like slop that I don't give a shit about. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to specifically with the sort of Legends ZA. I just want to see the Megas. I want to see what they do. I want to see the stats. I want to see the abilities. I want to see what happens. So yeah, honestly, I think that's all I really got to say about that, to be honest.